Today, we're going to go over what is Openclaw and how to run it locally and completely for free without a VPS, without giving access to your computer using a VM. So, and also safely. Openclaw is the open source AI agent that gives Cloud root access to your life. It was created by Peter Steinberg, starting in late 2025 as CloudBot, and it got renamed by Modebot, and it was known for the social media. So it blew up with the social media notebook and then got rebranded for Openclaw later. And it exploded widely on GitHub on February. It is actually the fastest growing repo in history. It was solo built using TypeScript and Swift as local first gateway connecting LLMs to chat apps, and it got recently acquired by OpenAI. So yeah, if you don't see value on Openclaw yet, I didn't see it at first also, but after OpenAI acquired it, I think this is pretty much something that we cannot skip out. So we need to at least understand what it does, its capabilities, and if it is good or not, you can at least test it. So it's you can see right here the GitHub star history. So it blew up in January/February. And its philosophy is basically open everything, transparent, accessible, community driven, and it returns controls to users from powerful agents locally on your devices using apps you already use like Telegram, WhatsApp, and things like that. And what is actually the software that we're talking about? It is a local first agent that turns any message app, so that we actually use, so Slack and Telegram, just that I said before, into a persistent, always-on autonomous AI assistant powered by Frontier LLM. So you can connect any LLM you want, from Claude or OpenAI, Grok, anything like that. And unlike web-based agents like ChatGPT and Anthropic Artifacts, things like that, and Google LM, OpenClaw lives in the apps you already use daily, so you don't have to open our app to use it, and runs locally and for privacy, and is fully extensible. So if you want to install skills or anything like that, you can tell it itself to install the skills. You can tell himself to extend his knowledge and everything, and what you can do with it. So people are already discovering what you can do with it. So you can basically substitute any 10 using real world automation, because it runs 24/7. So you can basically tell it to set up cron jobs and access APIs and things like that. And development and coding powerhouse. So you can use it for coding with Telegram, coding directly from your mobile. You can connect Vercel to it. You can connect your GitHub. So you can literally just tell it to run some code and deploy it. This is very interesting. And research and information mastery, creative and media workflow. So you can create blogs and SEO posts with it. You can research about stuff and everything else. So to install it and actually use it for free, first thing you need to do is install a software called VirtualBox. So we're gonna search for VirtualBox right here and download it. It is from Oracle. Just download this, Windows, Mac, or Linux. I'm not downloading it because I already have it, and we're gonna need to install a Ubuntu server ISO. So just look up for Ubuntu server, and you're gonna see this get Ubuntu server. It is 3 gigabytes. Just download it, and it's going to get the ISO to install the Ubuntu on the VM. After you get these two things, you're gonna open up your VirtualBox, and this is a kind of old version that I had installed because I've used it plenty of times before. And you're gonna click new, and I'm just gonna select another drive right here because it takes some space. So if you have hard drives, you can put it on them. And so I have a folder for it, like Ubuntu. Choose a name for it. And here you're gonna select the memory size. You should at least get 4 gigabytes of memory. Of course, this is your own memory. So in this computer, I have 32 gigabytes of memory. If you have more, you should put more because it speeds things up quite a bit. So I'm gonna put 6 gigabytes right here and create. And this is gonna create a virtual hard disk for the VM. So you should put at least 50 gigabytes if you are creating a something that you use a lot. I'm just gonna put 10 because it is just a testing setup. So let's click create, and it's created right here. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually come to system and crank these processors up. I'm gonna choose 3 processors just to speed things up, so the installations get more faster and everything. So let's power it up. When you power it up for the first time, a very important thing that will happen is basically the Ubuntu server installation. So it will take a bit of time, and depending on how much memory you set it up. So this is what shows up. So it's going to ask you the ISO that he should use. So if it doesn't show up right here, you just need to add it and select from downloads your server ISO. And keep in mind that this server is different from the desktop version of Ubuntu. So it is 3 gigabytes and the desktop is 6 gigabytes. So, and the server is just the command uh, line. You don't have a interface or anything like that. So just choose and start. And it's gonna boot it up. And you're just gonna need to install it. Just wait a little and it's going to ask you some things. I'm gonna guide you through it. Okay, so the first thing it asked is the language. I'm gonna choose English. You can so my installer is not the most recent one. You can update it if you want or not. Doesn't really matter. So the just language and Ubuntu server also doesn't really matter. Um, this is also not gonna matter. Just skip this. Choose done. And right here, you just have to wait a little for it to check the configuration. Okay, so we can see right here that this mirror location passed tests. So we can just go and use the entire disk. There's no problem. We just set this up to 10 gigabytes. So yeah, it is all okay. Continue. It's going to say that it will completely wipe the 10 gigabytes of disk. This is normal because we are installing a new operating system. And your name, so just put up some name and password. This is how you're gonna access it, just like a Windows. You type in your username and password. So you can just skip Ubuntu Pro. This is a pretty interesting thing to set up. So we can pre-install OpenSSH server. So we're gonna pre-install it. If you don't pre-install it, I'm gonna show you guys how to install it later. And we don't need any of this. So yeah, now it is installing the system. This takes a bit of time because you actually install the kernel and everything else. So let's just wait it out, and after we're done, I will come back. So we just finished installing, and now we are going to reboot the system. Okay, so after the reboot, you are actually going to close this off. So you're going to turn off the machine, and you're going to go to settings and set up the network settings. So you come here to network, advanced, port forwarding, and you're going to create a rule. And this is the rule. So when you create one, just set the host port to 2222, protocol TCP, and guest port 22, and that's okay. And then go ahead and start the machine again. This is gonna enable the let you SSH into the VM from your computer. So we're gonna open the command. Just type cmd on the search bar, and now it's going to open again. Okay, so you're gonna enter your login and password that you set up on the installation process. And after this, we're gonna run sudo apt update to update the system. It's going to ask your password again. And now we're going to install the OpenSSH. If you have already installed during the setup, you don't need to install again, but I'm gonna just run this to be sure that you have it installed. So sudo apt install OpenSSH server /y. So, oops, install. Okay, and now we're gonna enable it. So sudo systemctl enable SSH, and then sudo system ctl start SSH. So we ran into an error, but I don't know if there will be a problem. So we can see the IP right here of our VM. So it is 127.0.0.1. So we can hear an SSH and our user into 127.0.0.1 and P2222. So yeah, we have a problem right here. Connection aborted. So whenever you run into these problems, you can just prompt this into an LLM and ask it to solve it for you. So I've just did that and on my other screen, and it just said to me, try using sudo systemctl status SSH. So we can see that the service failed to start. And if I don't prompt anything more specifically, it just tell me to fix 90% of the cases. And okay, and then I can just look up. So let me grab this screen right here and show it to you guys. So I've just ran this, and then most common causes, I ran this, and then it said to me no host keys. So I can see right here missing host keys, very common on minimal vps/vm. So we need to run this command right here. So let's run it. Sudo ssh keygen/a, and now sudo systemctl restart ssh, and that's it. Now if we come here, let's check if this is working. So yeah, it worked now. So if you have any problem during the setup, just ask any LLM and it basically can guide you through it. So yes, and then it's going to ask my password. So I'm now connected into the VM, so we're not gonna use this box anymore. We're just gonna paste the comments right here, and I have a Google Docs that I'm going to link into the pinned comment on this video that you guys can follow through it. So it is right here, and let me put this on the half the screen. And after we SSH into user, we can just update and upgrade it just to be sure. So we're gonna copy this and then just press the right mouse key. Okay, so after the update, we're gonna need to install Node. So this is the command to install Node, and let's just run it. It's going to take some time. Actually, not Node directly. It downloads the Node source, and then we're gonna actually install it after. Just to be clear. So we're gonna run this after. So after installing Node, we can just check this using the Node / version to see the version of the Node JS. And then we're gonna install Openclaw, using this command. That is the same command on the install package on the docs. So just run this command right here. It's going to install Openclaw and launch it using the onboard wizard. And this actually takes some time. So this is the wizard that it started after the Openclaw installation, and we're gonna proceed. It is risky, we know that. And then quick start, and then you're going to choose the provider, and there are some free options that you can choose. So the first one is Google, so you can just open up AI Studio and get an API key and run it for free. So you can go right here, so and just create one. It's completely free for some usage. The other one is Open Router that I'm gonna use. So if you come here to Open Router, you can just create an API key. That's what I'm gonna do. So, and don't show your API keys to anyone, but there's another option. It is value to notice that the Google one is pretty good for the top AI models, so you can use Google Tree Flash, Google Tree Flash, Gemini Tree Flash, sorry, and Gemini Tree Pro, and Google 2.5 Flash that isn't that good, but you can also use that. Open Router, it has some not very good models for free. And the other option is, where is it? Oh yeah, the other option is a custom provider with Olama. So we come here to Olama, Openclaw. Just search for Olama Openclaw, and you're gonna see the installation tutorial. So if you come here to Olama and search for the models, and you can see the cloud one. So if we choose cloud, if you have a good enough machine to run it locally, you can do that. But if not, you can choose just any cloud provider. So GLM5, KMK 2.5, Minimax M2.5, and run this command right here, and it's going to install it. And keep in mind that you have a limit, a weekly limit. So I've already used mine. So, and also if you want to do that, you probably need more than just 10 gigabytes. You probably need a bit more to install Olama. But in our case, we're just gonna use Open Router. This is a pretty straightforward setup. So just choose the API key. It's going to be this one, and we are going to choose. Here we have some free models like this one, and this one is free, but they have a Open Router model. So this one, it is the Open Router free. It just routes to the best free agent available to them, and right here you can set up any social media you want. So Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord. Let's just skip this for now, and we can configure skills. I'm not going to do that now. Right here we can run choose some of these options. We actually want to use the session memory, command logger. A command logger we actually don't need, but bootstrap and boot.md. So it's going to install it, and it's going to install the gateway. Okay, so it is finishing installing, and right here you can see Control UI. This is um, your link for you to access on the web. So you're gonna need to copy this link with token. So copy the full thing and just paste it on the web. And of course it error out because we need to run something before the to allow to enable it in our machine, because remember this is running on a VM. It isn't running on our machine exactly. So we can just run Openclaw to see the options. So you can see that Openclaw isn't in our path right now. So you're gonna set this up to be on our path environment. And we have the commands right here. So echo port path, this one is going to set this on path. So if you run Openclaw again, and now you can see all the commands right here. Okay, so we can see right here that Openclaw is running, but we can't actually access it. So if we run Openclaw gateway, it's going to show that it is running. So you're gonna need to open another command prompt and run this command right here. And run this command right here. That is to connect to the port of Openclaw. So when pasting this command right here with your account, and it's going to ask your password, so you're going to type in your password, and then you can refresh this page right here, and it's going to start a session. So right here, I've got a problem in the video, and I couldn't record. The record stopped, and I kept recording, even it. So here's the web UI. And you can just talk to it. You can ask it to do integrations. So hello, it's going to ask you using the model, and you can see right here it has a lot of integrations. So you can see the overview, the channels, the instances, the sessions, the usage, and the cron jobs setup, the agents. So you can have multiple agents. You can see the files of the agents. You can see the tools, their skills, the channels, the cron jobs, their skills, their nodes. There are a lot of configs also. So yeah, it is pretty open. You can change a lot of things. And You can actually just ask it for change the like the web search tool of himself. So the the default web search is Brave Search. So I see that your web search tool is Brave Search. Switch it to Tably. So let's see if it is capable. I can switch that right line from here. There is a system configuration. To change from Brave to Tably, you need to update your overall config. Once you've done the Tably, in browser, uh, please just set it up for me. I'll provide you the API key. Another way of running your agent is through this TUI, that is the command prompt. So we can just run this Openclaw TUI. And you're gonna see right here. So let's just type this. This is the same conversation as we were having on the browser. And it seems that the agent stopped for some reason. So let's just create a new session. And you can see that the agent isn't responding, so you can probably just check the okay. It probably was some logging problem with Open Router. So as I said before, this isn't a very great model to use, this Open Router one, but we can, let's just try to ask it again. Please switch the Brave search to Tably search. So it is telling me that Tablet isn't available in this environment. So I don't really know if there's integration with Tablet. Probably there is, but okay. So please install the Tablet search and set it up for me. I'll give you API key. So there is some delay that is happening because of the Open Router. That usually doesn't happen when using some better AI models. Okay, so it insists that there isn't a tablet in the Openclaw installation. So let's just try to install switch to Perplexity web search. Okay, so we got the same response, which is quite a problem. Okay, so I ran through it and I told him that he needs to look up the Perplexity tool and install it, and install the package, and it's going to create the custom skill to integrate it. Oh, it is basically building himself. It's building the setup and everything else. So it is asking a lot of questions actually. So, but it could install the Perplexity using the system, so it has full access. And so yeah, if you use this daily with your activities, it does improve over time, because with all the MD files that it generates for memory, for every research it makes, every time it registers something, it will keep on its memory forever. So it can always reference back to that. It doesn't forget. And if you want to use this on a VPS, you should probably use something like Tailscale to limit the connections and don't let anyone try to invade it. You should also keep in mind that there are some risks when you are doing this, if you install any skill you find, you you you're risking for prompt injection. You need to at least read the skills or check if they are okay, if there isn't anything explicit for accessing shady APIs or anything like that, or leaking API keys in the skill itself. But yeah, I hope it helped. I hope you guys learn how to use this for free, and I hope you guys test this out because it is a quite the tool actually. Because if OpenAI is willing to pay 1 billion for it, and you are not even trying it out, I don't know. Maybe you should keep your eyes open.